Hello everyone, it is Pat with Angel Divination with our daily oracle card reading and message for Thursday the 16th of February 2012. And for today's reading, I was guided to use the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck and the Healing Angel Oracle card deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. So as I was shuffling with the intention of asking for a message for the YouTube community or whoever might watch this video, these are the cards that came out today. And the first one is Brigit with the message, "Don't back down." It says, "Stand up for what you believe is right." Okay. Now, Brigit's a goddess of very unapologetic power. She, as you can see in here, she has that flame around her heart area. And actually, in England, there is an area dedicated to Saint Brigit that has the eternal flame burning. And at the beginning of the month, February 1st is the holiday of Imbolc, and that's when Brigit's is celebrated. But she has a quality to her that's very similar to the qualities of Archangel Michael, only with a more feminine aspect to it. I mean, she embodies courage, she lends protection, and in this card, the message is don't back down. And it suggests to me that, you may be confronted with a situation either today or, maybe in the next day or so, where, it's up to you to stand your ground and speak up for yourself, especially if, the situation something about it just doesn't feel right to you, okay? And whatever the situation is, it may be even with someone who is really trying to intimidate you, or maybe be deceptive and make you think that there's something else going on, or whatever it is. But just so you know, it may be something that's very some situation or some person that can be very intimidating. And Bridget's urging you to, she's lending you her courage to really, stand your ground, because it's important that you stand by your opinions in this situation. It suggests that your original thoughts, feelings, insights about the situation are correct, and you need to stand by them, okay? The other piece of the message from Brigit, I feel, is that, there may be a situation with someone, maybe a friend, somebody you have a relationship with, where there's some issues going on there, and there's something in you that just needs to be said. You need to either share your feelings honestly and truthfully with this person. You need to tell them the truth about something. These are the things that sort of come up with this card today. And it may be even speaking up about a particular cause that you care about, because the fiery energy of Brigit speaks to me of passion. It's something that maybe has repeatedly come up for you, and you keep maybe whirling it around in your head, or maybe you've even done some cathartic writing around it and gotten to the heart of what the issue really is. If you haven't, then that's a good actually exercise to do. But in some way, it needs to be conveyed. It needs to be spoken up about, either to the person, an organization, or whatever it is. But and there's really a lot of power in doing that. Okay. The other card that spilled out right after Brigit's was this one from Mary Magdalene. And it's about unconditional love. And it says, "Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be." So it's a reminder to, to love as she says, love yourself, others, the other person that you're encountering, in every situation, no matter what the appearance may be. There is great power in doing that. You can speak your truth to somebody lovingly. It's not about being demeaning or belittling, blaming, or shaming. It's just about standing by yourself and speaking your truth for where you are in that moment, okay? And standing by yourself in that moment, okay? Because sometimes you have to have that kind of tough love, and tough love embodies courage, which is what Brigit brings us, okay? And it's the courage, the love has to be greater than your fear of speaking up. And love will give you that power. It'll give you that courage to speak up. Whoever it is or whatever the situation is, your love has to be greater than the fear so that you can stand up powerfully in the moment and say what you need to say. The love has to do with loving somebody enough to say what needs to be said and to speak the truth to them. And in some instances, love has to be stronger than your need to be liked. And it means having the courage sometimes to not be afraid of hurting someone else's feelings. Because sometimes when we speak up to somebody or speak the truth to them, they're not going to like it. They're not going to be happy about it. Sometimes the truth hurts. It doesn't mean that it's wrong to do that. I mean, it becomes wrong when you make it about blaming somebody, when you make it about belittling them, okay? But when you come from a place of love, it's really just about saying what it feels like to you, or, that your feelings have changed, or that whatever it is that needs to be conveyed. So, remember that these two, sometimes when we stand up to say what we need to say, it's somewhat fueled by anger because we've reached the end of our rope in a situation and we've just had it, and sometimes it comes out with angry words and that are not, maybe it comes out angry because in the past we kind of bit back our words. But if you can remember to come from a place of love, it doesn't mean you have to have that feeling of being in love with somebody. It's just it's different. It's like agape love, that friendship kind of love, that caring about somebody as a human being. And let's see, what other message do I get from these lovely ladies today? It is truly about love and power. Well, love is a power. It is a force, like gravity or electricity. And, when you have the courage to love somebody in a way, it's like having the courage to have a little bit of tough love, and laying the ground rules and putting, boundaries in place that not allow you to be taken advantage of. Okay? So, it's a very powerful, the goddesses are bringing in a really, to me it speaks to a very powerful message of love and power, and how those two work together. And it also kind of reminded me of that song by John Mayer, say what you need to say. Even if your hands are shaking, even if your face is turning beet red and your knees are shaking and your voice is cracking and your mouth is going dry, because it is worthwhile sometimes to get out there and say what needs to be said. It's worthwhile to do it afraid. Okay, so I know that's kind of like that's a lot for a Thursday message. So let's see what these these angel cards have to say, what their message is for us. And thank you so much to everyone who's either posted comments on the channel or inboxed me with how some of these messages have worked out for you. So the cards that popped out from the Healing Angel cards, no surprise here, courage. And it says, you have what it takes, just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you. And if you do need to speak up with your words and you're having trouble because you're maybe not sure of what to say, or maybe you're afraid you're going to trip over your words, ask your angels to give you the words. Ask them to provide you with, to help you say what you need to say. And the other card that came out was Healing Angel. And it says, at this very moment, you are being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. Accept this healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. So what this says to me is that, by standing your ground today and, standing in your power, saying what needs to be said, it's actually going to be something that's very healing for you, okay? And something healing and very freeing, okay? Reminding you that, you're not a victim of anybody or anything or any situation, okay? That when you take responsibility and stand up for yourself, it's very healing, very powerful, and very freeing, all right? And freedom, well, there's no substitute for it. None of us want to be bound. None of us want to feel like we're bound up like a victim. So anyways, that is our messages for today. I hope they speak to you. I hope they bring you blessings. And I thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a great Thursday.